Hello Bookish friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi, and today we are going to talk about my TBR for the month of November. Okay, before we get into my TBR for the month of November, I want to thank today's video sponsor, which is Pair Eyewear. I recently started working with Pair Eyewear and quickly became obsessed with the brand. I love every single aspect of this brand. I love the versatility of the glasses, which I will show you in a second what I mean by that. I love how affordable these glasses are. I know of some other websites that you can do this, like a similar thing that you can with Pair Eyewear, but it is a lot more expensive and not as easy to like navigate their website, pick out exactly what you want and be able to choose as many styles as you want. And I also absolutely love the fact that every time you buy a base frame, they donate a pair to a child in need, which sits well with my heart, so I absolutely love that. When I say that these glasses are versatile, I mean that in this one little case, I can fit up to 10 different styles of glasses. Now you're probably wondering, Lexi, how the hell does that work? This case isn't that big. Well, this is one pair of glasses, and these are 5 more pairs of glasses. So let me show you how it works. When you go to Pair Eyewear, you can select a base frame, which is this right here. I have the curvy style in the tortoiseshell pattern. You can pick as many top frames as you want, and they completely transform your base frame. So they just snap right on. So this is the Harvest Tortoise style. I have the beige style, which I absolutely love these. I think these are called the Harvest Plaid. Look at how cute these are. Like, come on. My personal favorite is the Gryffindor Plaid. Where are all my Harry Potter fans at? Their eyewear is the company for you. Their Harry Potter collection is amazing. Then I also have their tortoiseshell sun tops. So Pair Eyewear is amazing because you just buy your base frame and then you can choose as many top frames as you want. And it just allows you to kind of switch up your style. And if you're a little hesitant to try a different style, this is the best way to do it. I know I am not one to like styles that I don't normally wear. Like for example, I probably would have never bought a solid pair of glasses that look like this, but since it's just a top frame and I can take it on and off, I love that because it allows you to experiment, but it doesn't cost a fortune to experiment like that. Another thing I love about Pair Eyewear is their website. It is so user-friendly, and I will show you how to navigate their website now. When you go to the Pair Eyewear website, you will be brought to their homepage. You can shop women, men, or kids. When you scroll down, you'll see how it works. So you choose your base frame, you express yourself with your top frames, and then you rock your style when it gets to your house. We'll continue to scroll down. You can see your different lens options. So you see the blue light filtering, the progressive, light responsiveness, or sunglass lens. So let's do it from the start. So we're gonna do shop women. I selected the Kirby frame, so I'm going to select that. They have a couple different color options. You're gonna do build and purchase. You can choose what kind of lens you need. I need non-prescription. Added the blue light filtering, and then you do choose top frame. And then you can scroll through all the different options. The collections are up here, so you can scroll that way and choose whatever top frames you would like, and then you will just add to cart. Everything about Pair Eyewear I just love. I love the cause of the Pair for a Pair program. I love the affordability of these eyeglasses. You can get sunglasses. You can shop for women, men's, and kids. And who doesn't love to switch up their style of glasses? I'm gonna wear these ones today because it kind of matches my sweater and it's giving me all the fall vibes. These are absolutely perfect for me because Chris and I are going on our honeymoon to Hawaii in about 2 weeks. And one, I like that I can bring a couple different styles of glasses in one case and it's not going to take up a ton of space in my suitcase. But we're also going to Harry Potter World, so you know damn well I'm wearing my Gryffindor Plaid ones. Then once I'm done with the Gryffindor Plaid, I get all my cute pictures, I'm just going to pop my sunglasses back on and we're going to be good to go. If you want to try out Pair Eyewear for yourself, you can use the link in my description box. That will get you 15% off your first base frame, or you can use the code LEXI'sReading15 for 15% off your base frame. All right, let's get into the TBR for the month of November. As I just said, Chris and I are going on our honeymoon in November. We are going to Hawaii for 2 weeks, so I am so excited. I'm gonna be doing a lot of reading on my Kindle because I don't want to take up a ton of space in my suitcase with books, but I am bringing a couple of physical books. I'm gonna probably bring, I want to say 2 or 3 physical books, and then the rest are going to be on my Kindles. I have some really good Kindle books that are kind of like based in Hawaii, and the stories take place in Hawaii, so I'm really excited for those. But I am going to share the physical books first, and then we will get into the Kindle books after. So let's just jump right in. And I'm going to warn you now, I'm kind of entering a Sarah J. Maas era. So a lot of these books are from her. The first book I really want to read in the month of November is one that I have been trying to read for like the last 2, maybe 3 months and just never got a chance to. But I think November is that time, like right before Thanksgiving. I think this book is going to be perfect. And that book is Shady Hollow by Janae Black. This is a 3-book series. I want to start with the first book and then hopefully I'll be able to read the other 2 books quickly after. But this is the first book in the Shady Hollow series, in which we are introduced to the village of Shady Hollow, a place where woodland creatures live together in harmony until I don't know how to pronounce this word, toad turns up dead and the local reporter has to solve the case. This is kind of like a cozy mystery series where instead of following humans, we are following woodland creatures. And that just sounds so like fall to me. Like deep fall, right before Thanksgiving. It's giving all those vibes. So I'm hoping to read this when we get back from Hawaii, I should say. I'm not gonna set the unrealistic expectation that I'm gonna read most of these books before Hawaii, but some of these may travel with me. I'm still not sure yet, but this is the first book I want to read in the month of November. Next, I have One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. I know the second book to this just came out and everybody has been raving about this book lately, so I need to like jump on the bandwagon and just freaking read it. I did bring this with me to Savannah when I went for my sister's wedding and literally did not pick it up at all. I'm gonna read a quick description of this one because I don't really know much about this. It says, a maiden must unleash the monster within to save her kingdom in this dark, lush, gothic fantasy debut. I honestly don't really know much about this book. It has magic, fantasy, gothic literature. I don't know. I think it's gonna be a great time and I'm gonna read this before I even pick up the second book, because if I don't like this, then I'm gonna not read the second book. But I did read the first chapter of this and it ended pretty intensely and I like the writing style, so we will maybe bring this to Hawaii with us. We don't know. I want to continue my Harry Potter reading vlog series, so the next book I need to read for that is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. This is my all-time favorite movie, so I'm hoping that this book is gonna live up to the expectations I have of the movie. The movie was phenomenal and I absolutely loved it. So yeah, this is year 3 at Hogwarts for Harry and I cannot wait to dive back into this world. So this is the 3rd book and they just get thicker and thicker and thicker. So I'm like used to the 300-page books and this one is over 420 pages. So, but honestly, it's Harry Potter. It's really easy to read. You get so engrossed in this world that like when you're reading, it doesn't even feel like you're reading. And especially since I watched the movies first, I feel like I'm just like picturing the movies in my head. So the reading just goes so much quicker. But I do want to get to this in the month of November. Okay, before we dive into SJ Maas and my Kindle books, this is one of the other physical books I want to read in the month of November because the second book comes out in December and I already pre-ordered it, so I have to like this book because I freaking pre-ordered the second book already. And that book is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. This is also a really hyped up book on TikTok and Bookstagram and BookTube. I'm hoping that it lives up to the hype. I always get nervous with books like this that are so hyped up that I'm just not gonna love it and I'm just not gonna understand the hype, but we shall see. This says, when 2 young rival journalists find love through a magical connection, they must face the depths of hell and a war between gods to seal their fate forever. I honestly don't want to read much more into this. I don't want to see anybody's like in-depth reviews of this book because I want to go in with a clear mind. I feel like that's what happens with these hyped up books is you're constantly seeing what everybody else is saying and then read it and you're like, that was it. So I'm kind of trying to avoid reading or looking at any types of reviews so I can form my own opinions about this book. So hopefully I can get to this. This may also come to Hawaii with me. I'm not sure. It's gonna be tricky packing books for Hawaii, let's be real. This is definitely one of the high priorities in the month of November. Now, we are entering our Sarah J. Maas era. As I'm filming this, it is October 24th and this upcoming weekend, Friday to Sunday, I'm going to be doing a 48-hour reading challenge where for 48 hours I'm just reading nonstop. And I have the first book of the ACOTAR series, so Court of Thorn and Roses, on my docket for that, or I may read it before. I'm in the middle of a book right now and I'm not like vibing with it and I think I might just pick up A Court of Thorn and Roses now. So I will have that read before the month of November. I want to read. Before I get into this, I want to shout out the person that really, 2 people that inspired me to read this. One is my friend Maeve from college. She has been begging me to read A Court of Thorn and Roses for like ever now. And I've always told her like, no, I'm too scared. I don't think I would like it. Like, I think it's too intense for me. And she was like, no, Lexi, please just try it. I promise you will love it. And then one day I'm scrolling through TikTok and I come across this girl's page. Her name is Abby Reads. I will leave her info down in the description box. She does a lot of like videos about Sarah J Maas and her like universe and how to read the books and what order to read them in and when to read the novellas and whatnot. I've been like non-stop watching her videos about this, trying to figure out the best way to go into this universe is. And she said to start with the first 3 books of ACOTAR, take a break, and then read all of the Throne of Glass books. And the other thing she said was to read this Assassin's Blade first, but then one of my friends, Sarah, told me to read it after the 3rd book in the Throne of Glass series, so I think I'm gonna do that. I don't know. I don't freaking know. It's too overwhelming. If you have any opinions on when to read the Assassin's Blade, please let me know in the comments below and let me know your thoughts and why you think I should do what you think I should do. Hope that makes sense, because I'm like frazzled by the thought of trying to figure all that out. But anyways, according to Abby Reed, she said to start with the first 3 books of ACOTAR. So start with A Court of Thorn and Roses, and read A Court of Mist and Fury, and then read A Court of Wings and Ruin. So the first 3 books. So these books are technically on my November TBR. The only reason I'm like hesitant is because obviously these are thick boys, but I think once you start reading these, I think these are the kind of books that once you start, you can't stop and you just like read through them so fast because they're so good and so fast paced. So that's why I put both of them on my November TBR in hopes that I can push through. So I'm not going to explain what these are about because I'm sure you probably already know, but I did just want to mention that both of these are on my November TBR, pending I finish A Court of Thorn and Roses before November starts. So hold me to it. Lastly, for Sarah J Maas and physical books on my November TBR, I have Throne of Glass. This is technically the first book in the Throne of Glass series, but obviously Assassin's Blade is like the 0.5. I've heard to read this first before I read any of the books, but then I've also heard to read this after the 3rd book, I think, which is Heir of Fire. Like I said, leave your opinions and your thoughts and your reasoning below. Throne of Glass is also on my TBR, so I got 3 Sarah J Maas books on my November TBR. Wish me luck. All right, let's talk Kindle books, and I'm gonna move over here so I can post pictures of the covers right here. The first 3 books, potentially 4, are from Megan Reekin. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. But the first book is the Ohana Cottage, Summer Break, and The Perfect Tide, and then her newest book in this like series comes out November 2nd, and that is called The Holiday Price. I don't necessarily know if they're like considered a series. Like on Goodreads, it's not saying like book 1, book 2. I think they kind of just take place in the same world, in the same area, or different parts of Hawaii. I'm not too sure, but the author on Instagram, obviously, she posted like your guide to her books, so like the tropes of each thing. She posted this, which it says the Hawaiian Getaway series by trope. So Ohana Cottage, dual POV, opposites attract, low spice, post-deployment hero, beach read, tropical setting, grumpy sunshine. Book 2, The Summer Break, is also dual POV, forced proximity, he falls first, low spice, bartender slash teacher, beach read, tropical settings, friends to lovers. Book 3, The Perfect Tide, also dual POV, brother's best friend, tropical setting, low spice, childhood friends to lovers, beach read, and opposites attract. Then book 4, which is The Holiday Prize, which I don't plan to get to this one. I don't know. I don't really see it happening, but this book is coming out 2 days before we leave, so if I can get to it, I get to it. If I don't, I don't. The Holiday Prize is a holiday rom-com, dual POV, tropical setting, no 3rd act breakup, low spice, romance workplace, beach read, and friends to lovers. Those are the first couple of books I want to read on my Kindle. The second I saw those and realized that they were like take place in Hawaii, I was like, yep, gonna save those. I've had those on my Kindle for like 6 months at this point, and I've just been saving them for a trip to Hawaii. Okay, the next book I have on my Kindle that I want to read is also Hawaii themed, and it's Molokai. It's a 2-book series, I think. Yep, so the first book is just Molokai, and the second book is Daughter of Molokai. And this says, it's set in Hawaii more than a century ago. This is the story of Rachel Kalama. I'm probably butchering that, sorry. A spirited 7-year-old Hawaiian girl who dreams of visiting far-off islands like her father, a merchant seaman. Then one day a rose-colored mark appears on her skin and those dreams are stolen from her. Taken from her home and family, Rachel is sent to, I don't know how to pronounce that, quarantine leprosy settlement on the island of Molokai. Here her life is supposed to end, but instead she discovers it is only just the beginning. And then Daughter of Molokai, second book. This companion tale to Molokai tells the story of Ruth, the daughter that Rachel Kalama quarantined for most of her life at the isolated leprosy settlement of something. Was forced to give at birth. Okay. So Rachel in the first book is forced to give birth, and then now you're seeing her daughter story in the second book. Also very excited to read that series. That one seems a little more like deep and dark than the Ohana Cottage, the Hawaiian Getaway series. A little bit of a different vibe, I will say, I guess. So that is my TBR for the month of November. Lots of good books on here. Still clearly into fantasy. Most of these books are like fantasy related, which is kind of crazy. I never used to be like a full-blown fantasy girl, but lately I feel like fantasy is the only thing that like captures my attention and like keeps it. Like I was listening to an audiobook that was like a witchy rom-com, and I just could care less. Like I just did not care about it. So I'm kind of in my fantasy era, I guess. And I'm clearly, from this TBR, I'm clearly entering my Sarah J Maas era, which I'm not that mad about. I just hope I like it. I hope I can like give it a chance. Going into it very open-minded, knowing that I'm probably gonna turn this into my whole personality trait like I did with Harry Potter. Before I conclude, I just want to give another thanks to today's video sponsor, which is Pair Eyewear. If you want to get your first base frame for 15% off, you can either use my discount code Lexi's Reading, or you can use the link in my description box. Thank you for watching. Let me know what book you are most excited for in the month of November, as well as letting me know your thoughts about when to read Assassin's Blade in the Throne of Glass series. Definitely let me know about that. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a video. And thanks for watching. Bye.